Questions after that, Coach?
A pretty good night for us overall offensively. I thought, we attacked the paint. We were pretty efficient from behind the three-point line. The ball moved. We got up and down the floor a little bit better than we did in our first home game. Obviously JP got hot from behind the three-point line. Colin was aggressive offensively. Other guys contributed. Dejan moved the ball, AJ moved it. We did a pretty good job of recognizing different types of defenses. We're not quite there yet on defense. We had a very subpar second half defensively. That's to be expected sometimes. The mind plays tricks on you, and trying to motivate them at halftime to come out and play quality defense. We just didn't get that done. But Alabama A&M, they're a new team, new system. Coach Donnie's trying to implement his system and get them going. I've played at a school like Alabama A&M when I played at Southern, and I've been a part of these bye games before when we went to play against schools like Kansas and St. John's, and I played against Kentucky in the NCAA tournament, and so it's a pretty uphill battle. You got to rebound and hopefully make some shots, but he'll do a good job there. We're glad to have them in the state of Alabama, and I'm glad that one of Huntsville's finest, John Petty, had the type of game that he had tonight, because I know a lot of his family and friends were either here in attendance or watching this game on SEC+.
Thank you, Coach. We'll start in the back right here with Cecil.
Coach, were you concerned about John's inability to score a two-point basket tonight?
Good problem to have, Cecil. Good problem to have. Obviously he's a guy that can get it going from behind the three, and he was feeling it tonight, and in situations like that, we just want to let him go. And fortunately, his teammates really got involved. They were either setting screens or finding him with on-time, on-target passes. So in situations like this, we didn't need him to score any two-point baskets or either get to the free throw line. He gave us just what we needed tonight. And
seriously, were you surprised, or did you know that was something he potentially could do?
And if I remember correctly, Cecil, he made 6 threes or 7 threes in Canada. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't have the stat sheet in front of me. And I was like, wow, that's pretty good. When we recruited him, we knew he could make threes. I don't know if we thought he would make 10 threes in a college basketball game. We take 5 a game if we can get him. But he has that type of range and confidence. We got a different type of freshman's DNA this year. Those guys are all confident in their abilities.
Go up here on the right to Alex.
What was the better moment in your eyes? The half-court shot right before halftime from Colin, or the threes by Landon and Lawson at the end of the game?
I think they were all up there. They all had special moments. Colin's 3 at the end of the half, we always talk about getting up a shot. A lot of guys on different levels of basketball, they don't want to shoot that because it affects their stats. But we don't have a team that's worried about stats. They're all about winning. Lawson's 3, AJ could have easily shot the 3. And there was another time he had a 3, he passed it to Petty. But we were happy when that 3 went in. Of course, the guys were thrilled for Landon. He's been here and working hard, and it's good for something special to happen to him. We were trying to wait for the appropriate time to put him in the game. And then Petty breakout night from behind the three-point line. That's going to probably get all the headlines. But it just shows that we have the ability to make threes, not just take them, but make threes across the board. And if you look at AJ and Herb, Reese, Petty, Dejan, Colin, Petty, we got guys that can make threes. And not just take them, because we're going to need to be more efficient from behind the line.
On the left side, Chandler.
John, just told us that, he usually his first couple shots don't fall. And if in the first 2 games, he's kind of started out a little bit slow and kind of picked it up at the end of the game. Did you see anything different from him at the beginning of this game that kind of showed you that he'd give you the kind of game he gave you?
Well, we asked him to start off faster in practice. Some guys are slow starters, you got to get them going. But he started practice off fast. And he was a lot more focused in practice yesterday. Probably one of his better practices. So we'll see if we can get the same carryover in our next 2 practices before we play against a really good UT Arlington team that has 3 starters back, and all of those guys are high Division I players. They can play at any Power 5 school. So we're going to need to have some focus in practice over the next couple of days as we get ready for that game.
Front row, Drew.
Coach, a couple of questions. First about Dante Hall. He looks like he's much more settled on both ends of the floor. He's been doing a good job of defending without fouling. Kind of talk about his game thus far.
Yeah, we ran the first play of the game for him. He responded, made a good compact move. And I think that got him off to a good start. He was very engaged. He still got 2 blocks tonight. We've been having problems on the board. We rebounded the ball better across the board. But, we made a concerted effort to try to get him going. We still got a ways to go. Daniel's coming around a little bit. He made his free throws tonight, which that was a huge step in the right direction. Obviously from the free throw line, we still are not quite there yet, but we hope to eventually be a team that can shoot 70% or better from the free throw line as a team. We think that'll be that's going to be a huge assist for us. But Dante's been energetic, showing some leadership in practice. I think he's getting more confidence in his body, getting stronger, being able to battle with some of the bigger guys inside.
And then the other question on the flip side with Daniel Giddens, he seems to be battling being able to defend without fouling. And the foul troubles kind of got him out of rhythm on offense and defense. I know Coach Pelfrey works with the bigs. How do you kind of get him over that hump?
Well, the first thing is we're going to get in an area here where we're going to play against 2 true big guys. Now, we've been playing against teams with small forwards that are playing the 4 position or the stretch 4 position. It's a little bit different called challenge for somebody like Daniel. But he's trying and he's working on his footwork. But he's played more 4 than he has 5 because of Riley and Braxton's injury. Okay, but he's a fighter. He's not a quitter. Now, he'll adjust and he'll watch the video and see how he can improve defensively. He had a couple of calls in there that could have gone either way. Just unfortunately, he was called for the foul.
Far left here, Chris. And then we'll go to Matt.
Just along that line, your team's overall discipline, what do you think of it? Or is this the kind of night like when Colin throws in that half-court shot, you just kind of have to say, I can't say anything to these guys at the break here?
Oh, no, I can always say something to them. Yes, we talked and we watched film at halftime, and a lot of what we watched defensively, we didn't improve on. They scored 7 straight possessions on us. Mm-hmm. So we'll have something to show in our video session after we evaluate it and break it down. And the great thing about our guys, we have great kids. These kids are focused, and they want to be challenged and encouraged and pulled and shaped and molded into the right type of players to get the job done. And they want us to bring out the best in them, and that's what we'll do in these next couple of practices and watching this video. But yeah, we always have something to say.
Let's go to Matt on the left.
Avery, 2 questions for you. First of all, throughout the last couple of years, you've talked a lot about just wanting to get to a certain point, tempo-wise, offensively, and to obviously improve the 3-point shooting. Hey, how much progress do you feel like you've made in those 2 areas in particular, and just how much closer are you to where you'd like to be?
What's your second question?
Second question was something petty related.
Go ahead. What's your second question?
Well, he was talking about just after the second shot in particular that he kind of felt like it could be his net. I was going to see, from your perspective as a coach, just when you kind of realized that could be a special night for him.
Well, we're playing at a much faster pace. We see it on video. We see it in practice. We have guys that can really accelerate with the basketball down the floor. and it's forcing other guys to run faster. And it's pretty cool to watch it. And when we have guys that can make the three, then it stretches the floor out and puts a strain on the defense. And now our big guys are running even harder because, without mentioning names, you know, the 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 guys that we have that actually handle the ball at any given time, they're willing passers. You know, look at our first couple of games. I think sometimes our big guys are surprised that at the rate they can get the ball if they set screens or run on the break. So we have improved and accelerated our tempo, and we are faster. Guys that have the ball and guys that are running the lanes or the wings, they can get up and down the floor. We've improved our foot speed. In terms of Petty, there was a stretch there in the first half. I think he made one on the left side, and he just rose up and shot the ball. And it's something that we've been talking about in practice. Shoot your game shot in practice. Don't shoot your practice shot. And he carried it over to the game. And once he got rolling, I guess the basket just opened up for him a little bit.
All right, this is the last question here, second on the right.
Coach, in games like this, when your team is dominant for so many stretches of the game, it's sometimes hard to like find big things to take away from it, but you don't seem to have that issue. So what were some of your big takeaways from this game?
It wasn't really so much about the big takeaways. It was the little takeaways that we have to improve at guarding the dribble. See, in this day and time, if you can't guard the dribble and guard 3 to 5 dribbles, your defense is going to be in trouble. So my takeaway is that's an area we have to improve in. Offensively, I would say in terms of a takeaway, I like how we shared the ball. Yeah. Independent of the team that we played, good quality ball movement is going to help your offense. You can have the best plays in the world, but if you can't pass, dribble, and shoot, your plays don't work. And if, you need your bigs to set screens when it's called for a screen on the screening play. So we think we've improved in those areas. We're going to be tested here in the next week to 10 days, starting on Tuesday, like we haven't been tested before this year. So hopefully we'll understand that we need to continue to hit the open man. Remember, you're going to hear that all year. Hit the open man. That's a Ben Jobe quote. You know who Ben Jobe is? You don't know who Ben Jobe is? Excuse me?
Before my time.
Yeah, that was my college basketball coach. All right. All right, thanks, guys.
Coach.